بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. طلاب الأعزاء، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. الليلة اليوم هنبدأ في محاضرتنا اللي هي English for specific purposes، اللي هي هنبدأ بأول قطعة إن شاء الله أو text أو نص. هنقراه، بعد ذلك هنشرح بعض الكلمات اللي هو هنفصل الكلمات لأسماء وصفات وأفعال وغيره كده. القطعة الأولى عندنا reading 1. هنا قال لك ركز معي كويس. read the text. Underline the new word from the previous section. Economics. Understanding how various economics work is a basic purpose of studying economics. We seek to know how an economy is organized, how it behaves, and how successfully it achieves its basic objectives. Economics is concerned with productions, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. There are two branches of economics: macroeconomics. Macro derives from the Greek word for large, investigates how scarce resources are allocated within the economy as a whole, or within an entire industry. Scarcity occurs because human wants exceed the production possible with our limited time and resources. Scarcity implies that every decision involves opportunity costs. Opportunity costs exist in all situations where available resources are not abundant enough to satisfy all our desires. You can select only a few of all available alternatives. For example, a little boy goes into a toy store with $10. Many different toys tempt him, but he finally narrows his choice to a Monopoly game and a magic set, each costing $10. If he decides to buy the Monopoly game, the opportunity cost is the magic set, and if he buys the magic set, the opportunity cost is a Monopoly game. If a town hires an extra police officer instead of repaving several streets, the opportunity cost of hiring the officer is not repaving the streets. Opportunity cost is the cost of giving up the next best alternative. Thus, scarcity forces us to choose. This idea is reflected in the following definitions of economics. Economics is a study of how people, individually or collectively, allocate their limited resources to try to satisfy their unlimited wants. Commonly agreed upon goals of macro policy include high employment. People suffer when many workers cannot find jobs, and manufacturing plants and large machinery are idle. Price stability. If average prices are volatile, people may be uncertain about how much their wages will buy or whether to consume now or invest in hopes of future returns. Economics grows. People want higher incomes each year, and most hope their children will be even more prosperous than they are. Microeconomics derives from the Greek word for small. It studies the economic behavior of individual firms. Three major goals dominate micropolicy: efficiency. An inefficient economy wastes resources and fails to provide the highest possible standard of living for consumers. Equity. Huge gaps between the rich and the poor leave most people impoverished, while a privileged few live luxuriously. Freedom. Maximum freedom requires people to have the widest possible range of choices available. In order to produce anything, we need resources, or factors of production. Factors of productions are the inputs, lands, labor, and capital, buildings and machinery. We use to produce final goods and services output. From an economist's standpoint, resources refer to anything that can be used to produce products, that is either goods or services. Every society, from the tiny island nations in the Pacific to the most complex industrial giants, needs these resources: land, labor, and capital, and entrepreneurial ability. Land and capital are referred to as material resources. Labor and entrepreneurship are referred to as human resources. Entrepreneurship, entrepreneurship, human resources. These are resources for the economy as a whole. As a sources, land has a much more general meaning than our normal understanding of the word. Economists use the term land in broad sense to include not only agricultural land and land for building sites, but also other natural resources like minerals, water, and timber. The basic payment made to the owners of land is rent. Capital, in economic terms, capital is a man-made goods used to produce other goods or services. Equipment, buildings, tools, as well as the money that buys other sources are capital goods. Labor, the efforts of a factory worker, a lawyer, a sales representative, or anyone who works for business are defined as labor. Entrepreneurial ability is the least familiar of our basic resources. The entrepreneur sets up a business, assembles the needed resources, risks his or her own money, and reaps the profits or absorbs the losses of the entire enterprises.